talk about love, but they are really talking about a terrible disaster, like an earthquake, or a hurricane, or a shipwreck.
Perhaps there is another kind of love. But in my experience of love, if it doesn't feel like you've been through a shipwreck, then it's not worthy of the name. I sense the trap in your question. I take it you cast me in the role of the ship? You think I am doomed to be dashed against the rocks? And who will play the lucky rocks, I wonder? But to answer your question, I see myself as the wind. All this drama is beneath me. I came to talk. I feel like I'm falling into a bottomless well. I never expected that freedom could be so overwhelming. Am I making any sense at all, or not? You see, I spent 10 years of my life with that shadow looming over me. I taught myself to enjoy every single moment, because there was no telling when it would all be ripped away from me. But now the shadow is gone, and I don't know how to go on with my life, how to dream, how to breathe. I am utterly adrift. Help me. I am woefully bad at sharing my feelings. A noble upbringing doesn't prepare one for that kind of thing. Good comportment doesn't necessarily entail lying, but it does require one to keep up appearances at all times. Even if you feel awful, or frightened, or lonely. After you agreed to kill that stubborn inquisitor for me? Not even slightly. What I mean is, we've had so many great moments together, but I truly stopped being frightened only after I realized that there was someone who was not afraid to get his hands dirty for me. Oh, I cannot say I found a way to ignore them completely. You know, the denizens of the north sometimes go on long journeys over the frozen seas or lakes to hunt or fish. They have to spend nights out on the ice. That's how I used to feel. I lived my life minding my own business, spending time with the person who meant a lot to me, but there, beyond the paper-thin barrier, darkness and death were always waiting. You do. Almost from the off, I began to think that this crusade business wasn't so terrible, and that this commander person wasn't as beastly as I'd thought. Then I realized that it would displease me if something happened to him, and I wished I could warn you about the other. I wanted to let you know that I might be a source of danger, but doing so could have provoked an attack, so I decided to speak only at the last moment. I tried my best. What makes you think I do? It is amazing how you manage to see right through me, all the way down to my worst fears. And it's even more amazing that they don't put you off. Oh, I even recall why I said that back then. I did not wish you to think that I was like them, the demons. They know even less about genuine affection than they do about genuine pleasure. I could lie, like I did in the arena back then, and say that I was just afraid that I wouldn't be able to get out of the abyss without your help. But I don't want to lie anymore. Yes, I was worried. Terrified would be a better word. Yes, I remember that. Damn it, I spent so long turning over your words in my head, trying to figure out what they meant. And I dared not believe it was a hint that you knew everything and stood ready to help me. I rather expected that anyone who learned my secret would hand me over to the Inquisition and burn me at the stake. Unless, of course, my supernatural keepers decided to finish me off before that. I feel lost. I don't know what to do with myself. But if you can tell me how I'm supposed to live now, I'll listen. All right, that's enough. I must confess that I like to listen to you talking about me, about us. But I am starting to fear these feelings. I fear I shall be washed away by them like driftwood carried off by a wave. I did drive myself into this trap. I should have fled as soon as the other took their last breath. You are the most dangerous creature I have ever faced. Do I trust you? Like no one else. Do I love you? Probably. I probably do, yes. And now stop tormenting me. I've been speaking from the heart without a single hint of sarcasm for far too long. I'm not used to it. I actually think I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded. Take me with you no matter where you go. And teach me how to breathe again. At last, this irksome crusade is drawing to a close. All right, it hasn't been that irksome. All in all, it was a fine adventure, and the company was more than adequate. The most important outcome of today, of course, will be that I shall be immortalized in works of art depicting the Fifth Crusade as the most attractive crusader. Oh, that's what you think, is it? Allow me to remedy that. See? I can be quite demonstrative when I wish. And now everyone knows we're involved. What else can I do to make my feelings known? Shall I dance a jig before the troops? Do you think that would raise morale? Oh, that reminds me. I keep forgetting to ask. What would you say to adding yet another title to your procession of pompous appellations? How does Lord Arnday strike you? Well, that's all I need to hear to know that today will be a roaring success. Although I wouldn't be opposed to also hearing the words, "We captured Threshold! We won!" No, my darling, I am not afraid. I have seen you emerge unscathed from every calamity and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat too many times to count. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but all will be well. And to the victory feast, I trust?